This is Dr. Anita with another diamond moment. Diamonds are produced by time, heat, and pressure. The cut, clarity, and size of the diamond will determine its use. The use of the stone adds to its value. What pressure have you been under? What's the cut of your personality? Do you have a clear perspective of who you are? And does that perspective line up with where you want to go? Remember, how you use your gift determines its worth. And if you're a diamond, it's time to explore the previous steps of your process. We've been talking in the last couple of episodes about how to 10 things that stop your success. We talked about getting out of a 9-to-5 mentality, being proactive rather than reactive. Not to make promises that you don't keep. Not reinventing the wheel. Being reliable and saying what you can and cannot do. Get out of the habit of limiting the creator. Stop being afraid. Plan your work and work your plan. If you do not plan your work, then you plan to fail. Control your own narrative. And know your enemy. Are you your enemy? Do your homework. Make sure that you have appropriately researched where you want to go, what you want to do, and getting some examples of people who have done what you need to do. Most of you, and hopefully you've been keeping up with the episodes that we have been uploading. Back at the beginning of the series, I gave my story, what happened in my life, the hardships that I encountered, the things that I learned. Those things that I learned are what I made diamonds from in my own life. So what I wanted to talk about today was building that foundation. How do you take the things that have come against you and then use them to make something profitable and useful out of them? If you're over 20 and you feel as though you're running behind, maybe there's something that you feel that you need to do or that you want to do, and you feel as though you have wasted time behind you, don't worry. There is time, but it's very important that you redeem the time. For those of you that are more mature, maybe you put off your dream, your goal, and desire so that you could raise children, so that you would, because you have responsibilities. And now you're feeling as though, Dr. Anita, my time is running out. What do I do? How do I redeem the time? The steps that we gave you before is part of it. But the other part that you really, really have to get and come into grips with is redeeming your time. How do you take advantage of the time that you have now? All of us, no matter who we are, we have 24 hours in the day. So how do you make the best use of your time? We have to use our work time productively. We need to be able to spend time with our families, and we need to use that time wisely. And then we have to use our life, the days of our lives, in a way that allows us to get the maximum use out of everything. So what I want us to do now, and it may seem odd and it may seem difficult, but we had a couple of episodes ago, we talked about looking at your life and taking store of the things that maybe have caused you hurt or that you feel as though were things that stopped your progress. And I said, write those things down and take time to sit with them. Take time to just take in the things that hurt you. So how do we use those things? We use them again by redeeming the time. What did you learn from each of those experiences? What did you come away with? Are you working in superstition and fear? Or are you actually able to utilize the things that you've learned in order to improve where you are and in order to gain the time that you may feel as though you've lost? in order to make the most out of any endeavor, you must redeem the time. So how do we do that? It takes the foundational work. You have to handle your business. We can set up things and we can feel as though we've got our business plan made. We're applying for loans. We're trying to get the financial side of our business going, and we actually have not stopped to get our own business together. Well, what are you saying, Dr. Anita? What are you actually trying to tell me? We have to be responsible for our own affairs, our own personal affairs. What I see on a consistent basis, due to the work that I do outside of this podcast, is that many times people put their personal business on someone else's shoulders to do. So instead of making the plan, the healthcare plan for your life, instead of setting in order the what if, people tend to look at it more, and I'm saying this, but more in a superstitious kind of way. If I make arrangements or final planning, then I'll be out of here. If I write a will, if I make sure that my children are taken care of, if I do and take care of my own business, then from a superstitious perspective, I'm going to make that happen. And I want to submit to you, it's exactly the opposite. When I told you what I went through, when I learned through the death of my child, what I learned to do was to handle my business. What I learned to do was to make a provision for the child that I had, so that if anything went wrong, my child was taken care of. I wrote it down. You can think it, but if you're not here and you didn't write it down, it doesn't matter. No one is going to know. But what I learned from that was that it freed me. It allowed me not to have to think about that anymore, because I had done my job in making sure that my son would be okay. So now those things that I needed to put in place, it took one day. It took one day to sit down and write down what I wanted to happen. And once I did that, it freed me. It completely set me free, because from that point forward, I never had to think about that again. Now I had the ability to move forward quickly with what I wanted to do in my business. I'm saying this as superstition because there's a lot of people that feel that if you say something or speak something, then you bring it into existence. And that is not the way the law of attraction works. The law of attraction is based off of feelings, the emotion of the request, of the desire of the thing. And if you are fearful, you draw in fear. When you face things with courage and you move forward because you know this is the business that has to take place, when you do that, you actually release that, it's gone, and you move forward. When you sit and you wait and you wait and you wait out of fear, what you're actually doing is drawing into yourself that you don't want. You're actually exercising your faith for the negative. So we want to be able to make sure that we handle our personal business. You can do all the things in the world and not handle your personal business. When we look back at those that we admire in the music industry or in Hollywood, and we see even people as mega talented, as super smart as Prince, his estate is still in litigation because what needed to happen was not written down. I'm absolutely sure that he did not expect to leave this life. I believe that he felt as though there's time, I can do this later. When the time comes and there's no time, then what happens? So all of his work, all of his creative talent that he was given by the Creator, someone else now is determining it. Someone else is dividing up what they want, what they think. The courts are all involved. When you don't handle your business, it leaves someone else to have to handle it. and they may not handle it the way that you'd like. So if you don't write it down, it didn't happen. If you didn't put it in place and you told somebody, and we never know, the person that we've given the instruction to might leave first. They might leave before you or before it can be worked out. So you have to overcome the superstitious fear that if I handle my business, that's what I'm bringing on myself. No, it is not. When you handle your business is when you're able to be free because you're no longer operating out of fear. Now you have the ability to utilize your faith to put in place that you want to have as opposed to that which you do not want to have. You have ensured that what you want to occur will occur. And you do that one time for most people. And then you're finished. So the way that you utilize your time now can be increased because you're not running from the superstitious belief that's behind you that if I take care of what needs to be taken care of, then I'll be gone. Now you're able to just breathe and do it. You're able to put those plans in place. You're able to move forward. You're able to do everything that had been hindering you simply because you handled your own business. Now you're in the place to redeem the time. You can move quickly. You can make your decisions quickly. You're able to, with confidence, know that you set your house in order. You set and put everything together. Now you have freedom. Don't let anyone tell you that actually being responsible for your own life is supposed to be someone else's problem. For those that are older, when you get older, make sure that you handle your business. If you're not in the best of health, then take care of getting things in order so that you are taken care of. What if your family is not available to take you in or to bring you in? What are you going to do then? Because your plan is that they're going to do it. Well, what if they can't do it? You need to have a plan. You need to put that plan in place. You need to plan your work. You need to work your plan. Because what it does is it frees you. It's a blessing to you. It allows you to be all that you can be without having to look behind you. So I hope this helped you. I hope that you're able to see ways in your own life or thoughts that you've had in your own life that were actually operating out of superstition and fear, that now hopefully you'll be set free so that you can accomplish anything and everything that you'd like to accomplish with the confidence of knowing I got my business in order. Yeah, I got a loan. I have the plans for the business that I want. I'm looking at leases. I'm doing all of those things. But along with those things, I've taken care of the business that I need to take care of to make sure that everything is going to be okay. If you haven't, please subscribe to the podcast. Come back next time. Tell your friends. And I hope that you've gotten something out of the message today that will help you in moving forward. This is Dr. Anita. I hope you enjoyed this diamond moment. Thank you for listening, and join me next time as we redefine the previous steps of your process. Never forget, becoming is a process. A process has stages. One small change changes everything. So invest in yourself. Please visit my website at www.DrAnitaMc.com. That's DrAnitaMc.com for links and additional information. And please rate the podcast if you're enjoying it.